classic circuit here today. The crowd are ready to go, the cars are ready to go, and we're just about set for lights out. Welcome to the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit at F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6 mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action.
What's going on, guys? Beasts and Dragons here, and welcome to round 8 of the Split Screen Championship on F1 2020. We are here at the Temple of Speed in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
Well, it's crazy to think that we've already done 8 races. Well, we are on race 8 right now, but as you can see on the screen right now, it's Lewis Hamilton on pole position once again. Max Verstappen beats Charles Leclerc on the front row, and it looks pretty damn close in qualifying.
We missed out on our first pole position by 14 thousandths of a second. It doesn't get any closer than that, and I was actually really annoyed at the fact that I somehow didn't get pole position.
Well, let's think about it. I've had a pole position before this season, before you. So this shows that I've got such good pace when I want to drive quick. But anyway, obviously for the strategy, it's your bog standard 1 stop. Going 7 laps is a bit questionable. We'll obviously edit our strategies later. But let's get into the Italian Grand Prix. So we are revving up to 5 red lights here for the Italian Grand Prix.
And we are on the way for round 8 of the Split Screen Championship, and it's an incredible start for us from second place. We've taken the lead, but Dragons is coming through, and I think we might be 3 wide going into turn 1.
We are 3 wide. This is a little bit worrying here. I've squeezed Hamilton, and now I'm going to be squished in the middle here. And I think we're still 3 wide, but I've got a really good exit, and I'm side by side with Lewis Hamilton.
We've lost out meanwhile because we tried to hang on the outside line. We got caught on the grass, and Valtteri Bottas has overtaken us, and Dragons with a great start. He needs to be careful here going into this second chicane. Is he going to be able to pass the Mercedes? And he has! Dragons leads the Italian Grand Prix.
The Tifosi go wild as they see their main man Charles Leclerc take the lead of the Grand Prix here for Ferrari.
An incredible start from Dragons. That was much needed from 3rd place on the grid. And Hamilton will definitely be coming back at you.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, you're now going to have a look at Valtteri Bottas. He's not really been prepared to see you overtake him here.
And no, he hasn't. We get past him quite easily. And now through the Ascari chicane, Dragons is starting to establish a bit of a lead over Lewis Hamilton. So it's definitely game on here in Monza.
This is now lap 3 of the Grand Prix, and I momentarily had the fastest lap, but Hamilton's improved by 2 tenths, so he's keeping me honest here in Italy.
Yeah, so Dragons still barely having an advantage over the championship leader Lewis Hamilton, and we're trying to keep up with him in 3rd place, but we've got Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel for company as we look to hang on to this 3rd place.
All I can wonder is, can I get my 2nd win of the season? I've been in this position quite a few times here in Monza, especially on F1 2011, except where I was actually pulling away on that game.
Yeah, well, that's when you're actually fast.
Oh, well, I am fast. Look at you. You're not even... Right, you're slightly catching up, but you ignore me. Ignore me at all. So we're still here in lap 3, and Hamilton is a lot closer after I dipped the wheel in the gravel after that 2nd chicane.
Yeah, so through the 2nd Lesmo, you made a small mistake, and I think Hamilton will definitely be siding up down the main straight towards turn 1, and I'm hoping we don't go 3 wide again.
Absolutely. It was a really heart-in-mouth moment, and we were able to puff out our cheeks and relax for a bit. But I'm still in the lead, and only just. Well, it's now official that my best lap is 6 tenths off the pace. It was only 2 until you showed up. God's sake. We're into the 1st chicane. Hamilton hasn't dived up the inside, thankfully.
Well, we've really gained on Hamilton now since you're holding him up, so thanks, Dragons.
Meanwhile, Bottas is slightly falling back. I think he's been overtaken.
Yeah, I think he has. Sebastian Vettel's through. Roman Grosjean is out of the Italian Grand Prix. A very unfortunate day, as has continued to have a very difficult season for them as they're stuck in the midfield, and I think they're going backwards instead of going forwards.
Absolutely. It's a massive shame when you see a team like Haas. After what they did in 2016, they're just going downhill, and it's a real shame. I've nearly lost it there.
Well, you got to be careful. And through the 2nd Lesmo, is he going to get a tie in the gravel? No, he isn't. So he's actually a decent exit. Hamilton is still with you, though.
Nah, that's definitely putting me under pressure. But it's putting him under pressure as well, that the fact he's not getting ahead of me here.
No, he isn't. And, you know, just got to mention this. We're on 12% ERS. So we actually now need to harvest our energy. Because now, if we don't, Hamilton will just streak away from us. See, look at that one, 8%
Well, I
down
thought-
this back straight.
I thought my management was bad right now. I should not be using this much errors, but if I could get better exits, I wouldn't have to. And that is not a better exit at all.
Through Parabolica, you have gone insanely wide, and this is the opportunity the Black Arrow Mercedes is looking for. Lewis Hamilton with DRS, you instantly go defensive on the road to turn 1. You've actually moved to the racing line, so maybe Hamilton will have a go, and he hasn't had a go.
No, because I was using errors. I don't think Hamilton... I think he might have had just a bit of errors left, but I was able to keep up with him on the straight while using my errors, so he wasn't able to gain a bit closer.
So Dragons leads another lap. He's been leading since the first lap, but only just as Hamilton is still right on your gearbox, and we are just barely keeping up with you two.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard that I've been struggling in terms of definitely traction in this car. And at this point, if I lose a bit of traction, it could be curtains for my winning hopes anyway.
Yeah, you haven't won since Mexico a few races ago, and Hamilton looks to get another win on his tally after winning the British Grand Prix by some distance, and he's got DRS again.
Oh, he's not going to be close enough, so I may as well stop using errors. It's important that you keep errors here in Monza.
There it is, and now we go through the Ascari chicane. Hamilton's still stuck behind you. We're looking to use all the track available to us as we are a bit closer to Hamilton on this occasion.
Well, this might be the moment for Lewis Hamilton here. On the straight, I've got no errors in the tank right now.
So Dragon is powerless down the straight. Hamilton will reclaim the lead of the race, but for how much longer? Dragons goes round the outside into the chicane. Is he going to hang on the inside?
Oh, there was contact!
He made contact, and now we're in the frame.
Oh, this is absolutely worrying. For the Tifosi, I've managed to get ahead of Hamilton, but he's going to be coming back with the errors.
Yeah, now we're going to try and pass Hamilton. We're through past Lewis Hamilton, and it's a ding-dong between you and me again. You cut us off on the inside line, and Hamilton goes round the outside, and he's absolutely mugged us, but we hang on the outside, and we are up in a second place.
Yet another heart-in-mouth moment for me in the lead. And thank God I've created some separation. I've got a bit of clean air to deal with. But for how long?
Well, thankfully for you, I was not in your DRS there, so Lewis Hamilton is going to definitely try and retake second place again, and he's right behind us here, catching us out right enough into the Ascari chicane, and we hang on, but we've lost it on the first part. We've kind of cut the second part, so Hamilton's going to come at us again.
Oh boy, well thankfully for me, I'm pitting this lap. I prefer the undercut strategy, as I can now really push as long as I don't get caught in traffic.
Well, yeah, Dragons. Actually, I'm surprised you're coming in this early, actually, because these tires can go a bit longer than 6 laps. But there you go, Dragons is in the pits from the race lead, and it's up to us now to get a good in-lap so we can actually jump the Ferrari.
Well, at least I won't be held up in the pits. Meanwhile, Bottas is looking to join the action. He just about overtook Vettel earlier as well.
And now Hamilton trying to run the outside. Dragons puts on the medium tyres, and now we're side by side with Hamilton. We fend him off on this occasion, but for how much longer?
Well, thankfully for me, I might just be in clean air here, even if I would be last. So luckily for me, I've got all the clean air that I need. Well, Beast made a huge mistake into Ascari. It was a brilliant save, but we weren't able to capture it because, well, it was kind of just out of nowhere.
It was a spur-of-the-moment thing, so we've lost second place. Well, we've lost the lead of the Grand Prix. We're going to try and come in, so we have to let Bottas through. No, he's actually come in. Are you serious?
Oh, that's
How convenient is that?
Well, maybe that's going to help me a lot. I've been in quite a bit of clean air, but it's not been the best outlap in the world. Otherwise, I would have caught up to Latifi by now.
No, it hasn't been a great outlap for the Ferrari. Medium tyres going on.
What
and
the
we just
hell?
ghosted with Bottas, and we're still behind the flying fin.
That's frustrating for you. I've done the purple final sector, and I'm going to be miles ahead. That's brilliant.
Unbelievable. So Dragons with the undercut has just extended his lead out in front, and we've got all the work to do now.
Oh, you just got to love the undercut if you're the Tifosi right now. Here we are on lap 8. Hamilton is pitting in this lap, of course. He's on old softs, so that should give me the advantage. I've nearly done what you did there.
Well, thankfully, that didn't happen for you, because you'd lose all that track position, you'd lose that gap to Bottas, and it'd become a 5-way for the race leader. And I just got the notification from the game saying that Alex Albon has come in, and I see on the map Lewis Hamilton has come in as well. So the question is, where's Hamilton going to join in all of this?
Well, this is kind of nerve-wracking here. There's Hamilton. He's coming to the end of the pit lane, and once again, miles ahead.
So Lewis
Absolutely
Hamilton,
miles ahead.
I think Hamilton might be ahead of us here. There's Hamilton now. No, he isn't ahead of us. He's actually behind us. And we stroll past Valtteri Bottas down the main straight. So we are in a net P2. Dragons, I'm coming for you, mate.
Oh boy, well it's very nice of you to use your favourite driver's name there describing the overtake on Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, there we go.
Lance Stroll, the best driver in Formula 1.
No, he isn't. He isn't the best driver in Formula 1. The only reason there is because his dad's got money.
But that's probably the only bit of banter you're going to get, because this has not been a banter-filled race. This has been the closest race on the series so far, I'm sure.
That definitely is. We've set a purple first sector, so we're looking good in clean air now, and as we're looking to take our third win of the season and rob the Ferrari victory.
So it's now lap 10. I've only got 3 laps, well, this one and 3 other laps to go before I take my second win of the season, and probably my last. I said that in Mexico, so it might not be my last win if I do get it here.
Well, so somehow, despite having the worst Ferrari in this hybrid era, next to the 2014 Ferrari, you actually might get a second win of the season.
Well, the only reason for that is because they haven't nerfed the engine yet, which is a big relief. I better start performing as quickly as I can, otherwise there's no coming back for me.
No, there isn't, but there hasn't been a patch yet, but that has allowed Dragons to lead this Grand Prix. He started third, remember, and in Monza, if you're in pole position, you're probably likely to win the Grand Prix, but instead, Lewis Hamilton is down in 5th place.
Behind Vettel of all people and all.
And he's behind Sebastian Vettel, so we might see only one Mercedes on the podium, and Dragons looks to have this thing won, but we don't know yet. Hopefully that's not the commentator's curse, because I don't want to jinx you.
Oh, definitely not. I don't want to call it either. But I'm starting to cruise because I don't want to make a mistake here at this late stage of the Grand Prix. But that's allowing you to catch me very quickly.
Yeah, it is. So we are trying to deny Ferrari of a famous win here in Monza.
Just little banter moment here. Right, I know you lost in Austria due to a puncture, but it doesn't mean you have to rob the Ferrari fans. Oh god, that's a quick lap.
Yeah, I've got a second faster than you on this lap alone.
When I said I was cruising, I was not lying, but you got no airs, so you're kind of screwing yourself here. Because, well, by the time if you do catch me, I'm saving my airs completely for when we have a battle. That's if we do, anyway.
Lap 11 and Dragons has 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go, actually. I can't do maths. 3 laps to go for his second Grand Prix, but I don't think it's going to be easy for you, as we are catching a rate of knots here.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking my time, you can tell. So we're coming towards the end of the penultimate lap, and my pace has slightly picked up, but you are still looming there.
Well, he's got about a 2-second lead at the end of lap 12, so I don't think we'll catch him. But I think we can try and scare him, and that's the least I can do at this point.
Well, I'm now putting in some better lap times. You didn't gain anything. I actually pulled away slightly, but only by a few hundredths. As we start the last lap of the Italian Grand Prix, this is where the nerves start going crazy for the driver and the team and the fans here in Italy. As
Dragons leads the Italian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, the 2 Mercedes are behind us, and they're actually squabbling for 3rd place.
We never see them squabble in real life, so enjoy it, everybody. Enjoy it. Here we are on the straight. I did go in the orange curb in the chicane, so that kind of scared me, and you're right there. But I've got 50% ERS backing me up here.
Well, yeah, so Dragons made a small mistake, and that's definitely reduced the gap in front. But I think he might just hang it in here.
And he lost it right there. The nerves are going crazy right now, but we've only got 1 corner to go, and it's not an overtaking opportunity for Beast here.
I know it isn't. Dragons comes round the famous Parabolica, and it is finally Ferrari's time.
At last, we're going to win our 2nd race of the season in Italy. It's a brilliant win for Charles Leclerc, and Max Verstappen comes home in 2nd place.
And we'll find out who got 3rd, but I think Vettel almost passed the Mercedes cars, but what a win for Charles Leclerc.
So there he is, Charles Leclerc, celebrating as if he's never celebrated in Italy before, holding that trophy in front of the Tifosi. It's another win in Italy for Ferrari.
And Charles Leclerc takes his 2nd win of the season, Max Verstappen 2nd, and Lewis Hamilton ended up completing the podium places. And that was one hell of an Italian Grand Prix. Ferrari are on top again. So here are your full race results for today's Italian Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc, Dragons, fends me off to take a famous win in Monza again. And what a place to do it.
Indeed, and the undercut really proved worth it in the end for Ferrari. Meanwhile, down in 9th place, your favourite driver, Lance Stroll, in P9, gained 2 positions in that race. Definitely should be driver of the day. Indeed. I mean, let's just forget about me winning the race and all. Let's give it to Lance Stroll. Look at that. P9 for Stroll. Let's actually give him a round of
No,
applause.
stop clapping. No, we're not having it. No, Stroll is not driver of the day.
Anyway, guys, that's the end of today's video.
Feel free to like, comment, follow, subscribe for more Formula 1 content on this channel. And we'll see you later. Goodbye from Italy.